Hey everyone, it's time for another sitcom intro, and this is the intro. This is the intro to all retro sitcom reviews. That's sitcoms such as The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which I've already done, but I'm gonna do again in webcam form. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Steve Harvey, which I've also already done. Steve Harvey, Full House franchise, the Saved by the Bell franchise, the Cosby Show franchise, Boy Meets World, Family Matters, Sister Sister, Sister Sister, Sister Sister, Smart Guy, Keenan and Kel, Clarissa Explains All, the retro Nickelodeon sitcoms, and Sabrina, the quote-unquote teenage witch. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, What I Like About You, George Lopez, My Wife and Kids, which I think I've already done again, and so many more I can't think of. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but since my new style, I review them season by season. But it's kind of hard to remember each season in great detail, and some of these are just way too long to review in seasons. So what I'm going to do is, first, I'm just going to do a long overview and review of the entire series from what I do remember from the series. Then I'm going to rewatch and then do the season reviews, because you know how, just like with Dragon Ball Evolution, Mortal Kombat, The Avengers, and many more movies and franchises on here, I like doing multiple. I just like doing multiple reviews. So multiple reviews and rants. So that's what I'm going to be doing from now on with the sitcoms. But this is the intro to all retro quote-unquote sitcoms. There'll be another one for the retro Disney Channel sitcoms. I already have one for the late 2010s, and I think I need to do one for the 2020s Disney Channel sitcoms. So with that being said, let's get started right now. of date Part 1 off-camera webcam review of the popular UPN Brandy singer, Brandy Norwood situation comedy, Moesha. Moesha, yeah. I've been hearing about this sitcom for decades. I first saw this briefly in the late 90s, 1998 during season 4, during seasons 3 and 4. And I remember Brandy being a big deal back in the day. Then, so yeah, I remember Brandy being a big deal back in the day. She was a childhood icon and idol of mine, and to this day still enjoy her music, music, and wanted to see her in Moesha. Other reasons for tuning into Moesha was hearing about actor the late great Lamont Bentley, who I will briefly pay tribute to. I will pay tribute to multiple times on my channel. The late Lamont Bentley, who portrayed Moesha's hungry neighbor Hakeem Campbell. Hearing stories about this legendary actor who tragically died in January of 2005 in a fatal car crash. And boy, was I not disappointed. This guy was multi-talented. Was cut down before he could achieve the success that was predicted for him. And by the age of 32 when he died, he had already accomplished so much in both the acting and music business. Rest in paradise, Hakeem Campbell. Rest in paradise, Lamont Bentley, Hakeem Campbell. I was saddened that none of his castmates, except for the brother Marcus T. Pauls, I think that's his name, the brother Miles, Ray J's character Dorian, who appeared as two separate characters before he landed the role Dorian in the show, where he joined the cast full time as Dorian. And the third character on the show, and the third actor, reoccurring and main character, Fredro Starr's Q character. Those are the only three to pay tribute to him and mention Lamont Bentley. But yeah, this show was awesome. This show is probably not the best, but it's the most exciting Afro-American sitcom of all time. I also want to see this show because Good Burger 1's lead female character, Shar Jackson, who portrayed the fast food attendant Monique, she has a larger role here in Moesha as Niecy, Niecy Jones. Niecy Jones, the other best friend of Moesha besides Countess Vaughn's, Kim Parker's character, who of course she would later leave this show to star in her own show, The Parkers. Countess Vaughn and Kim Parker was my least favorite character on this show. She's already one thing I don't like about this show. She was loud. She was every negative stereotype and caricature of big, heavy-set Afro-American female. She was big, wore makeup, wore wigs, had a stalker-like crush on Hakeem, had a super masculine, aggressive personality, and was always up to mischief, and had several detestable, hateable moments in the show. And Countess Vaughn was a real diva in real life too, starting things with Brandy purely out of jealousy. This, knowing how a lot of people take her side in the Brandy Countess Vaughn feud. The two have since buried the hatchet and are now on friendlier terms, but still, So yeah, so yeah, Moesha, and then you had so yeah, Nisi. So these three were the characters. These three were my main reasons for tuning in, and they did not disappoint. And everyone else did a good job too. I think his name is Dorian, the character who portrays the father, Frank Mitchell. Frank Mitchell, despite the controversial subplot they revealed later in the series, I still think this was a great television. Dad, I'm probably in the minority there, but I like Frank Mitchell. Then you got Dedra D, probably one of the best characters in the show besides Hakeem, and she also passed away. Yvette Wilson, who I was introduced to in the 1995 hood comedy Friday. She was Smokey's blind date, and as Rita, Freddie or Janet Jackson look-alike, the Freddie or Janet Jackson look-alike, but she has a much better role here in Moesha as owner of the den place they hang out and offers, and is like the other best friend and basically legal guardian in Moesha's advice, and offer, and is usually the voice of, her character is usually the voice of reason in various situations. One of the best characters in the show. Aunt Adele, portrayed by the late Yvette Wilson, who sadly to say tragically passed away in 2012 of cervical cancer. Yeah. Then my boy Bernie Mac stars as Uncle Bernie in several episodes. He didn't make that many appearances compared to the other characters, but he was one of the best. Whenever he was there, his presence was there, and he always lightened up the mood in the show. Sucks he wasn't in the show as more. God rest his soul. Rest in paradise. Bernie Mac. Tragic that we lost him too. Yeah, people don't live forever, and Bernie Mac was old at the time, but people like Bernie Mac, Lamont Bentley, Aunt Andell, Yvette Wilson, Aunt Andell, they should still be here with us today. Yeah, I know people don't live to forever, but the way these people passed away tragically at basically young ages, it's just sad. And these people should still be here with us today, and their presence is felt. They are exciting. They are some of the best characters. They are some of the best characters ever. Then you got Miles. Then you got Miles. Yeah. So yeah, Moesha is about her family living in Los Angeles. Frank is a car dealership guy, and he's a widow. The original mother in this series has already passed away at the beginning of the series, and Dedra, who works at Crenshaw High School, a real life high school where Moesha and her friends go to. Moesha for the first two seasons, and season 4 goes to. She's the principal of Crenshaw principal of Crenshaw high school. So and occasionally serves as a teacher too. So yeah, it follows the misadventures of the Mitchell Mitchell family. Like I said in 101, most sitcoms featuring Afro-Americans usually aren't that good. And despite being a huge fan of a lot of sitcoms featuring Afro-Americans, most sitcoms featuring Afro-Americans aren't that good. But this is a real exciting one, and it is the most exciting. I find myself rewatching this sitcom more than any other Afro-American sitcom. It has one of the most rocking themes ever. But yeah, the theme song, besides the show and characters themselves, the theme song performed by Brandy is the best, with the season 5 and 6 version being the best. And each season to represent Brandy's growth during the series, growth and clothing styles, has a different version, except for 6, which is just a repeat of season 5, with the Dedra character who left the show as a main cast member. Main cast member in season 6. She still appears, but she's no longer a main cast member. No longer a main cast member. And Andel, who left the show completely to star in the Parkers. But yeah, I found myself rewatching the intro and the outro over and over again. My favorite seasons are seasons 4. My favorite and best season is seasons 4. That's when I started watching Moesha, and that was the best time period of Moesha. My second favorite is actually the infamous season 5 when Ray J, who appeared as 2 different characters, one as himself, Ray J, the celebrity Ray J himself, and later as Dorian, at first the nephew, but later revealed to be illegitimate son of Frank. Frank. I actually like the Dorian character. During season 5 and 6, Moesha and Hakeem and DC, while I like their growth and development, their college storylines were not exciting. They were much more exciting in high school. I actually thought the series was better off without Kim Parker. Like I said, she was just so many negative stereotypes, and and Dorian, Frank, and Miles, their life was the most exciting during these 2 seasons. So yeah, I actually like Dorian. So yeah, season 2 is one of my favorites. It's the second best. Season 3 is the third best. The fourth best is 2, and the fifth best, which is one of the more exciting seasons, is season 1. Season 1 in that order, and the worst season is season 6. I haven't completed it yet, but this is when the show was finally starting to jump shark, and it jumped shark so bad that the ratings tanked, and they had to end it. They ended the series on a cliffhanger with Moesha being pregnant and Miles being kidnapped, which the only things I didn't like about Moesha. Number 1, besides Kim Parker, was 2, Fredro Starr's character Q. I like Fredro Starr, the actor and rapper, but I didn't like his character Q. But he was a much better character than Kim. There was a cool season 2 basketball episode featuring Q that I thought was real good. Hakeem also had a shining role, and so did Niecy. Had shining roles in this episode too. 3 was the late Merlin Santana, Romeo Santana from Steve Harvey's show. He appeared several times here as Ohaji. Love Merlin Santana as an actor, rapper, and singer. However, once again, I didn't like this character Ohaji. He was much better in Romeo. He also guest starred in Sister and The Cosby Show. He was much better in all of these than he was here. I didn't like the old Haji character. 4 was a popular homosexuality themed episode that I thought was entertaining. It's actually one of my favorites, but I thought it was handled way poorly, and there was never a follow-up episode to resolve the issues in that episode. And every character except for Dedra, Miles, and Dorian, Hakeem, and Aunt Andel was detestable and hateable in that episode. Then you got 5. Then you got the fifth reason. Besides Frank and Dee's, Dedra's relationship, I really didn't like any of the I didn't like. Their relationship, and one relationship involving Dorian's character and a young Megan Good, and another character. These are the only 2 relationships and romances I like. I didn't like any of the romances. I didn't like Hakeem and Moesha getting together as boyfriend and girlfriend. I liked them as best friends. And I also didn't like Moesha and Q, which they had been doing the entire season before not dropping the storyline, but ending that storyline in season, what was it, 5 or 6? Yeah. Um, yeah, yeah. Man, when I watch this show, when I watch this show, it gives me needle nostalgia. It takes me back to the mid to late '90s, early 2000s, and this was the start of their own shared universe. Sucks they never had an episode. They never had an episode that concluded all of the shows and successfully concluded this universe. This show this show started a situation comedy shared universe with the next show would be the Parkers, the spinoff Parkers. My opinion, the worst show in this, what you call it. I only like that show for its connections to Moesha and nostalgia. I'll rant about that in another video. The show Girlfriends, which I've only seen bits and pieces of, have never sat down and completely watched. Girlfriends, that would be the third best. Yeah, that would be the third best. And the second best is the popular BET series, The Game. The Game, yes, where Brandy also appears there as a new character named Chardonnay. Chardonnay. So, yeah. But of this sitcom situation comedy, Moesha was the best, and Brandy is in talks with reviving the show because of its success on Netflix. And yes, I want to see it. Yeah, it'll be sad that Bernie Mac, Uncle Bernie, Aunt Ondell, Yvette Wilson, Hakeem Campbell, Lamont Bentley won't be here. But I think their actors and actresses will want their characters to live on, and I think the show must go on. And I want to see where unfortunately, we know what happens to these characters in real life, with actors and actresses in real life. But what happened to their characters in the show? Are they dead in that universe too? So yeah, I would like to see Moesha in a modern time. I enjoyed their appearances on the Real. It was their appearance on the Real talk show. It was awesome. It was just sad that Aunt Ondell, Uncle Bernie, Lamont Bentley couldn't be there. So yeah, this was the short part one off-camera webcam version. The larger part two, more in-depth real-life superhero webcam version will be later on tonight, and I will also do the season reviews, the more in-depth season reviews, and I'm thinking about the episode post-reaction reviews. So yeah, the part 2 real-life superhero on-camera version will be in the description box below. You don't want to hear the rest of the music? Turn the video off right now.
To a place that we both know with you.